Gonna get past and beat 12-13, then look no further than this guide, because it's all you're gonna need to help you get to chapter 13. Yo, what's going on guys, it's Mookie, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you exactly how to beat 12-13 in the regular story mode of Cookie Run Kingdom. For this video and future videos regarding the main campaign, I will be breaking them down into 3 categories. Those categories involve what I believe you absolutely need or need to know in order to attempt the level, different teams that I'll showcase that work amazingly, and of course I'll showcase the toppings for you guys to be able to mimic it and hopefully beat the level as well. And with that, let's jump right in. So starting off, I'm going to go over what you need or need to know. A quick little note that I'll bring up is that for chapter 12, you have a max HP buff, so all your cookies have double HP, and that lasts for the entirety of the chapter. So every level you'll enter, your cookies are going to be a lot stronger in terms of their HP. Now following that, I want to talk about what you need to know about the stage regarding the enemies you'll be fighting. Firstly, we have the main waves. This honestly isn't the main stress, and if it is, you either need to swap to manual mode, which if you're doing this for the first time, I definitely would recommend anyways, or you need to level up your cookies and come back to it at a later time. However, if you are stuck on the waves, I would suggest spamming all your abilities as soon as you get them to get as much DPS out. Only part I'd be conservative with is the healers, so if your cookies are looking healthy after a wave, then maybe hold off on the heals. If not, try to heal between waves and then you're ready for the next wave. Now I know a lot of you are here for the boss and the annoying minions that chill in the back. This is really important to be aware of as there's not many ways you can actually hit those minions, and honestly, once taken care of, they can make the run a lot easier. With this in mind, you should be looking at different team comps you would take into this. So for example, I have a team that basically barges through the main boss and tanks it all and then works on the minions after. I have a hybrid team that kinda tanks it, does a lot of passive damage, and then I have a last team that will just honestly take out the minions and then focus on the boss last. To determine where you fall for what team comp you should build, I would look at your cookies. If you have a lot of highly invested ambush or AoE cookies, then you most likely fall into the high DPS focus on the minions first type of team. On the other hand, if you have a lot of things built like Tea Knight, Dark Choco, Crepe Cookie, things like that are just very tanky, then I would highly suggest the tank build or the passive build. And of course, if you have the Conjuring Cookies build like Licorice, Cotton, or Pumpkin Pie, then most likely a kind of hybrid DPS tank team will work the best for you. Again, all of these work, you just gotta know where you fall in the mix so you don't waste resources leveling up unnecessary cookies. In terms of what you absolutely need, I strongly believe you really need a well invested in healer cookie. Things like pure vanilla, herb, or cotton will work amazingly, you just need a nice amount of investment. Something around level 45 with maxed out toppings will be just fine. Other than that, you can mix in whatever combo you like the most as long as the healer is doing its job and more importantly doing its job well. Now for team comps, it's pretty simple and I'll break down the teams I picked. The first team I have is going to have a foundation of the classic Conjuring comp comprised of Cotton Cookie. Okay, you gotta try saying that 5 times fast. You got Cotton Cookie, Licorice, and Pumpkin Pie. Now I chose to throw in Tea Knight as the tank and buffer, as well as Custard Cookie for a budget healer that works as a safety net in case I need it. The team works pretty straightforward. You see an ability, you use it, rinse and repeat. This is my version of a strong tank through it all type of team, and Tea Knight can be replaced with Dark Choco, and Custard Cookie can literally be replaced with whatever you're feeling. I just threw them in there to show that even with a budget team, this team stands pretty strong as the foundation alone. Custard Cookie can be replaced by any other healer, or honestly a nice DPS that can help out as well. The second team I use is very similar to the first one, just replace Pumpkin with Affogato and Custard with Eclair. This duo right now is busted. Affogato provides so much passive damage with his poison, as well as he and Eclair have a crazy synergy in that Affogato debuffs the enemy and at the same time buffs Eclair's weaken effect by 30%. This synergy is absolutely nasty in terms of the DPS output that comes with it. So in terms of abilities and rotations, this is going to be the same thing as before. However, this time all you need to be aware of is the fact that Affogato should move right before Eclair Cookie to buff Eclair's effect. Other than that, just stick to spamming abilities, and once again, Affogato first, then Eclair, and this team is going to be the very strong passive damage team. For the last team, I'm going to be showcasing my new PvE team. This is my personal team that I'll be using for all content PvE related like Guild Boss as well as the dark mode of the campaign. This is a very YOLO technical team that speeds through everything and deals illegal amounts of damage. Like seriously, some of this stuff is just straight up game breaking. The team is going to be comprised of Dark Choco for the enemy defense break, Eclair for the weaken effect and shields, Affogato again for all the things I mentioned before, just super busted right now, Cotton for the broken healing, and Vamp for the crazy high DPS. If you guys haven't seen my previous video on the top 5 epic cookies, then I'll leave it linked in the description below. But essentially in that video, I said I was unsure about Affogato as I didn't have too much info on him just recently having pulled him, but now I can confidently say that this cookie is a must build and it's just way too strong in a game like this where mechanics can make or break runs. Alongside that, I strongly suggest building Vampire Cookie over Sorbet Shark, as Vampire with Affogato and Eclair just has disgusting synergy. Sorbet Shark is a great replacement, so if you have them pretty well invested, stick with that. But this right here, like I said before, is just going to be the YOLO, get things done, high DPS comp that requires a little bit more technicality on the rotation. So basically, you're going to want to pop Affogato first, followed by Dark Choco to get that defense break on the enemy, but now the defense break is actually going to be stronger due to Affogato helping out. Followed that by Eclair, and then Cotton for the heals, and then Vampire, followed by the Slingshot Treasure. And that reminds me, I did swap in the Slingshot Treasure here. The other two teams use basically the same treasures. You're going to want something for the Conjuring Cookies, like that Pin Cushion. The Jelly Watch is a staple, as well as the Scroll is a staple for that increased cooldown and attack percent, respectively. But I did swap in the Slingshot for the high DPS team just because it works super well. Really quickly, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, make sure to show me some love with a subscribe and a like. It lets me know you guys like this kind of content, and of course, it's always appreciated on my end. Now, let's hop straight into the toppings. For Vamp, I have him on a full Searing Raspberry with a focus on crit and attack substats. Licorice and Cotton are going to be on full Swift Chocolate to pump out skills as frequently as possible, so focus on stuff like cooldown and maybe HP, just to make sure they survive a little longer. Dark Choco and Pumpkin Pie are going to be on full almond sets with damage resist as a focus for extra tankiness to make sure they survive in the fight. T-Knight is a little bit of a niche pick in my opinion. I do have him on a full almond set with HP and damage resistance as the main focus, and attack and crit as a secondary focus. So if I get those secondary focus stats, it's always nice. If not, it's not a deal breaker. Eclair is on a 3-piece Swift Chocolate and 2-piece Almond for the tankiness as well as the quick ability regen. I mostly focus on an HP stat for his shield to be extra thick when I do get it. Affogato is going to be on a 2-piece Swift Chocolate and 3-piece Searing Raspberry for quick ability usage, but also some really nice DPS. And of course, last but not least, Custard Cookie is going to be on a 2-piece Swift Chocolate and 3-piece Searing Raspberry for quick ability usage like all the other ones I mentioned, but also his heals are based off of his attack, so that's why the Searing Raspberry. Of course, I'd focus on attack substats as well as maybe some HP to make sure he survives. So if you guys follow this guide and build one of the 3 teams I showcase, then you should easily be able to clear the stage. If you guys want to see some more content like this, then make sure to check out my socials link below. Included in there is going to be my Twitch where I stream, so come hang out and have some fun. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something new, and have a great day. Peace.